Hello, how are you? Hope you're having an amazing Sunday, and may peace be upon you. My name is Izdihar. I'm a family financial consultant, and I hope stressed out moms take control of their financial life in 10 weeks using simple, manageable, and proven solutions. So thank you for being here with me today on a Sunday, on a family day, and I really appreciate you hanging out with me, and may you get massive value from this video today. So today's topic is about the secret to effectively budget your expenses during vacations. The secret to effectively budget your expenses during vacation. So yesterday in my video I shared about how I was able to save 77% of my initial budget when I went to Montreal for my vacation. One that I haven't been on my own for the last 6 years. So I shared about that yesterday. If you missed it, don't worry about it. You can always watch the replay afterwards, okay? So this is the part 2, the continuation of it. Thank you for liking the video. I appreciate it, and have a great Sunday. So the topic today is about the secret to effective budget during vacation. So this is the part 2, okay? You know that I haven't been on vacation for a while, on my own, for 6 years. Hi, Kat City, how are you? So usually when we go on vacation, we go on as a family. And usually my husband takes care of the expenses and the budget. So this is something really new to me. So I had to learn how to do this. So this is my problem, okay? I haven't been vacation on my own for a while, for the last 6 years. And then number 2, my husband usually takes care of the expenses and the budget during the vacation time. So I take it easy. So it was easy for me. And then I did prepare a budget. Of course, when I go on vacation, we always have to prepare a budget. So I prepared $20 for my transport because I knew that it's going to take me $10 there, $10 coming back from the airport to my accommodation. And then it's also going to take me about $100 for food. It's going to take me about $20 for gifts. And the other $10 is for the slush funds, for just in case kind of situation. So in total I budget, it's going to be about $150. Okay, great. But after I came back, when I was there, my total spending round up to $224. It was almost double to what I initially planned. And I started to stress out. Why is it going on? What's going on? Why is it being so high? And here's the thing. I didn't budget for the food in Montreal to be really expensive. It was like $15 a meal plus tax for one person. So plus tax, and the tax is 15%. 15% just on tax. That is, I was shocked. I thought 8% in where am I? In Westminster was a lot, but no, 15% over there in Montreal. So that really took me off my budget. Hi, Abang Hanif, how are you? Hope you're well. The topic today is the secret to effectively budget your expenses during vacation. So I was just sharing about my problem of the budget when I went to vacation recently. And I also didn't expect that my transportation, which I budgeted for about $20, was going to be more than that. It took me about $60 altogether because I didn't budget when I arrived at 1 o'clock in the morning that I was going to take the taxi. I thought I was just going to take the bus. I wanted to take the bus. It's going to cost me $10. But no, I had to take the taxi at 1 o'clock in the morning. And when I was there, I'll meet up with some friends and we go out and eat. So that is an extra stretch on my expenses. And also gifts. I budgeted for gifts of about $20 for my family and myself, but it costed me a lot more. So I had all these problems when I went on vacation. I was really stressed out, especially when it was costing me almost double of what I initially budgeted for. Okay, so what didn't work? In order to fix it, in order for us to know what works, we have to first know what doesn't work. So what doesn't work is, number one, I underestimated the budget big time. Almost double, right, that I spent? So I underestimated the budget. And then I knew that I was going to arrive at 1 o'clock in the morning. I knew that. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to take the bus. If the bus is 24 hours, I'm just going to take the bus and get there. But here's the thing. I arrived at 1 o'clock in the morning. My presentation at the conference was at 2 o'clock on the same day. So I literally have no more than, no more than 12 hours to rest, to sleep, to practice, to get myself to the conference and to prep. Some of the things that in your head, it works out fine, but when you're actually there, it's like completely out of place. So that's the part. And I didn't expect the food to be very expensive too, plus the tax. Oh my God, 15%. I thought California was expensive. And there's other little things, about going out with my friends, friends and colleagues that I haven't met a long time also added up to the bill. So it wasn't working. Whatever my budget was, $150 was not working, okay? So I was really stressed, I was really worried, because it's like money is being pulled out from me unnecessarily the way that I can't control. So what was the solution to this? What is the universal principle that I have found that worked for me to help me solve this problem? So the universal principle is, and I love universal principle because it is a proven, time-tested solution. And the universal principle is correction without invalidation. Correction without invalidation. What do I mean by that? So correction without invalidation, it just means I'm just correcting what didn't work without beating myself out, without making myself angry, or without putting myself down. So I'm just going to correct it into what works without all that, and actually come from the point, okay, so this is the lesson that I have learned. So what can I do? What have I learned from this lesson? How I can make it better when I go to my next vacation, which is just next month in June. Okay, so it's really critical that I get this thing taken care of. So correction without invalidation. And what are my top 3 strategies to implement this universal principle? This is what I've learned. Number 1, to create a jar called the long-term spending for savings. T. Harv Eker taught me that, and bless him, he's an amazing guy. So a jar called long-term savings for spending. You're saving for spending. You're saving long-term for spending, or LTSS for short. Okay, so again, I've shared about this, about jars, about the play jar, about the gifts, about the charity, about your financial freedom account. Very important. So the LTSS jar is a totally separate and independent jar or account that is totally separate and independent from your main account. Never ever mush and mash things together, because you're going to be in big trouble. Because clarity leads to power. You always need to have a separate jar. Okay, and with my jars, my husband and we have practiced it for years and years and years, and there's always something new that we learn every single time. So we always need to be humbled and open to learn new things that could help us and make us be successful every single day. So the LTSS jar, I knew I was going to go to Montreal. I knew that. And yesterday I shared about how I increased my income so that I can take care of the expenses there. So over the months, I have been fattening up that jar, this jar, the LTSS jar, exactly for this purpose, just in case, that I go overboard, or, because it's hard to get ballpoint, especially when I haven't been on vacation for a long time on my own. So the LTSS jar, I put money into that every month. So every month from my main account is flowing to my LTSS jar. Every month from my account, automatically it flows. Remember the law of productivity? I touch things once. So every month I make sure I fatten up my LTSS jar so that I have enough to cover what I need to cover and actually be zero in debt and clear off my credit card every single month. Okay, so the LTSS jar is the number one step. That is a must. Plus all the other jars that I've shared before in my videos. If you missed it, don't worry about it. Just look at my replays, okay? So I want you to type in the comment box correction. Okay, without making yourself wrong, without beating yourself up, without being angry to yourself. Just correction and just being gracious to yourself and move on. Look at what works and what doesn't work and change that to make it into something that works. Okay, and the number 2 is based on my numbers of 150 of my initial budget, when the actual spending is $224. Based on the numbers, my top 3 strategies, number 2 is to double my whatever initial budget that I have. To double the initial budget so that I'm prepared for all these unexpected things that may or may not happen. If it does happen, I'm prepared. I'm thinking ahead. So when it does happen, I'm prepared. I know how to take care of myself. I know how to take care of my family. So technically my budget of 150 should be 300. So if like in your circumstance it's going to be 1,500 for you, it's going to be 3,000. That's what you need to prepare for. And I'm basing this on my numbers. Okay, so it's not just something pick up off the air. Hi Marcy, how are you? Thank you for joining in and welcome back from your 30-day Facebook Live. So today we're talking about the secrets to effectively budget your expenses during vacation. It's a continuation from what I shared yesterday about my vacation to Montreal, because I had so much problems. Not so much problems, but it's something new for me because I haven't been away on a vacation on my own for the last 6 years. It's usually been without my family. Okay, so if you missed it, Marcy, don't worry, you can always catch up. I was sharing about my problems. I was also saying the universal principle that really helped me to move forward in this situation, which is correction without invalidation. Correction without making myself wrong, without putting myself down, without making me feel bad. So just correction on what didn't work and transforming it to what works. So number 1, it is to have the long-term savings for spending jar that's going to come out from my main account. It's going to go straight to my LTSS jar. It's a saving for long-term spending. No, it's a long-term savings for spending. You're saving it to spend long term. Okay, number 2 is to double whatever initial budget that I have, or whatever initial budget that you are going to have, double it so that you're prepared the next time you're going on vacation. Whatever unexpected happens, if it does happen, it may or may not happen, like the tax suddenly be 20% or something, you're prepared for it. And then number 3 is to track your expenses. Track it. Because every penny has a soul. Honor it, bless it, and just take care of it. And you start to see how things are usually going to come your way, or at least closer to what your budget is. Like for me, I did track it, but I wasn't really on top of it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm doing vacation, I've got this, I'm excited, it's been a long time since I've been away, so I wasn't really on top of it until I realized, oh my God, like it's really way beyond 150. Okay, so track it. I like to use apps on my phone because I know I have my phone all the time, and anytime when I get expenses, I'm like, boom, I'll check it in and make sure I've got a budget right on top of it. That's something that I really practice for some time now. So the application that I use, the app that I use is called Fudget. Fudget is like, you can find it on the App Store. It's orange in color, Fudget. So what I like about this app is that first I can create the budget, okay? And then once I have incurred it, I can adjust it, the numbers, and then I can tick it off. That is done. It's done. It's done. And I can create various forms of budget. Another app that I use also is Spending Tracker. So I track my expenses all the time. Makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference. And I'm going to go on vacation next month, and then guess what I'm going to do? Number one, fatten my LTSS jar. If you don't have an LTSS jar, create it. It has to be separate. It has to be independent. It has to be on its own. It has a purpose, and one of its purpose, and the only purpose that it has is for savings for long term, like vacation, car, you want to buy a tally, your laptop. That is the purpose of that jar. Okay? And then number two, I've already discussed it with my husband what the budget is going to be. And so now I know I need to double it so that I can plan. I've got some spaces when unexpected things happen. And then number three, track it. Track it. Created a budget for it, and I'm going to track it as it incurs so that I'm always on top of things on the dot. On the dot. Okay, so if you feel that you've got value from this video, please like, comment, or share the video so that other people can get value too. These are some of the things that I do with my clients during my consultations, and I do offer a free 45-minute consultancy sessions for those who are 100% committed and ready to take control of their financial life this moment. Remember, take control now. If you don't take control of your money, money is going to control you. And in 1 year's time, 2 years' time, 10 years' time, your life will likely be a disaster. So take control now, and reach out to me, send me a private message if you're interested, or you have any questions, reach out. Don't be in the space of pain and suffering on your own, okay? We live in the world of community here. Okay, so everyone have a beautiful Sunday with your loved ones, and may peace be upon you, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.